Yay. Cool. All right, you guys. Well, we are going to go ahead and jump right in. Thank you, first of all, so much for spending your Thursday evening with us. I'm super excited about this workshop. We have pivoted fully to workshops, so you guys can mark the third Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. as our workshops, and we're doing some really cool things. We're doing the supplement workshop. We're doing how to reduce stress through creativity. We are doing pelvic floor stuff. We have the whole year planned out and they're all really awesome. And the goal is that they're less talk, like less me just telling you what to do and more interactive. So if you have the ability to turn your camera on, I would love to see your beautiful faces. And if that's just not your jam tonight, hi, Missy, you can totally leave your camera off. That's totally fine. But what I would love to encourage you guys to do while you're listening, hi, Sharon, is to grab your supplements. Like if there are supplements in your cabinet that you want to kind of go through this process with, grab them. So here is the order for the night. I am going to do a little bit of teaching because the goal of this workshop is really to equip and empower you guys to understand what your body needs and then understand how to get it in a good quality bioavailable form so that you're spending money on things that are actually going to help your body. This is not a workshop sales pitch. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm going to tell you how to identify if it's something that you need and then where to go look for it for a good high quality. So we're going to do a little bit of teaching. We're going to go through a couple of examples together. And then I really want you guys to go grab your supplements, or if there's something that you just recently saw on Instagram or something like that, we can go over those. Like, what have you been marketed that you're curious about? And then I will share what I personally take, which is not what you should personally take because we have different bodies, but I'll share what I personally take and why to kind of give you some context about how I define all of these things. Does that sound good? Cool. So if you guys would do me a huge favor and just throw in the chat a check-in word. How are you coming into this workshop tonight? Happy, sad, tired, excited, relieved, whatever it is. I feel exhausted, but I am also really excited about this workshop because it's such a big deal. So here's the deal about this workshop. As your coaches, we are more than happy to look at any supplement with you. That's like why we're here, what we do, and we love doing it. But we know for a fact that we cannot keep up with marketing. We cannot keep up with the flood of stuff that you are seeing on Instagram. Your phone is always listening. If you start talking about menopause, your phone is going to give you menopause supplements. It's creepy. The stuff that you see on Facebook and Instagram and your TV, we can't keep up with it. So we want to help you figure out how to interact with this crazy flood of information that we're getting and how to walk with your own knowledge, wisdom, and discernment and how to hone that so that you are making wise decisions for your body. A couple crazy horror stories. We had a client come to us 3 months ago from a chiropractor. I love chiropractors. Some of them are just a little out there with a literal Costco sized tub of supplements. And she was on 52 supplements. We had a client come to us 2 weeks ago who had been working with a health coach who was on 22 supplements. Yeah, no way. She was on 22 supplements. One of her goals was to lower her cholesterol and get her liver and kidney functions back in check. And with 3 months working with this guy with 22 supplements, which are all interacting with each other and their medication and all of these things, her cholesterol went through the roof, her kidney function tanked, and so did her liver function. So that, like, those are bad deals. If you're working with someone and they are telling you to be on 22 supplements, run the other direction. That is not a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys now. Hold on. Here we go. This document is a document that I have written and updated probably 4 times since I wrote it. And this is our guide to high quality supplements. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. You guys have access to this guide in your member portal. So if you're ever going, oh, what did she say? Or like, what was that thing? This is in your member portal. You can go get the whole thing. And then Anna will also email this out to you guys so that you have it in conjunction with this thing. So we're going to go through a couple things. How do you know if it's a supplement that you need? Where else can we get it if not from a supplement? What are good high quality multivitamins? How do we determine the quality of a supplement? Where to buy supplements, where to avoid looking for supplements. And then we're actually going to go pick a couple supplements that clients have sent to me recently. You guys, I probably get 3 or 4 texts a week from clients saying like, hey, is this a good supplement? And I love that because I'm so grateful that you guys are coming to us and trusting us before you just go buy something. And I want you guys to be empowered. So we're going to start with, do you actually need it? And I'm going to leave this up. You guys can skim it. This is mostly for my own brain and notes, but you have access to this whole document. So ideally, our vitamins, our minerals, and our nutrients should come from food. Back in the day, we didn't have supplements. We got everything that we needed from food. The downside is that today, because of industrial farming and lower quality soil, the nutrients that we need are no longer in the soil at the capacity that they need to. An apple from 10 years ago is a completely different apple from the apple today, even if you're shopping organic and getting all the good things. And so you're just not getting the nutrients that your body needs. And so we have to supplement to some degree. That said, you should not have a cabinet full of supplements or a Costco bin full of supplements. So how do you know what you need? This is how we break it down at Live Nourished. We put supplements into 3 categories. We say there are some things that everyone probably needs every day because we're just not getting it. Then there are some things we call immediate nutritional rebalancing. So if you are coming to us and you are dealing with a very specific issue like chronic fatigue, or you're on metformin, I'm going to show you guys a really cool website that you can go to. It's free. This is not something that we have proprietary over, that you can go see if you're on a prescription medication, what that is depleting you of in your body. So there are things that we need to just simply increase in your body because it's going to be hard to get there with food. But once we get there, then we can sustain it. So there's things that we need every day. There's things that we might need to use in a short term, immediate nutritional rebalancing. And then there are specific targeted supplements that are based on your needs. Those are potentially long-term or short-term. So if you're doing a gut healing protocol, there's a couple supplements that are really helpful that will speed that process along dramatically that you probably need for 30 to 60 days. You don't need for the rest of your life. Then there are things like if you're on a prescription medication that you probably do need for the amount of time that you're on that prescription medication, in addition to what you need all day, every day. So does that kind of make sense? And please don't, like, while we're doing this teaching section, if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat or just unmute. This is a workshop, not a talk. So unmute it, shout it out, whatever you need. Sharon, I just started Juice Plus and noticed my urine is not the bright yellow it was with the multivitamin. Yep. I love that. You guys, bright yellow urine is a great indication that what you are taking is not bioavailable. So best case scenario is expensive urine, worst case scenario, it's damaging your body. We'll get to that in a minute. But if your urine is like electric yellow, it's probably not good. So, okay, here is what we talk about as the every single person, every single day. Broad spectrum nutrients. That is like a multivitamin. I will get to kind of the 3 things that we recommend instead of a multivitamin. Multivitamins are actually one of the least efficient ways to get broad spectrum nutrients, but we know that we're not getting enough zinc, we're not getting enough A, we're not getting enough B, we're not getting enough D. Even if you're eating perfectly, we need kind of a broad spectrum just to cover our bases, and we call it bridging the gap. The goal is to get everything from what you're eating. And we know in this day and age that that is more or less impossible. So we just need to bridge that gap. So everyone every day should be taking some broad spectrum nutrient. And again, I'll get to kind of our 3 favorites. Everyone every day should be taking magnesium. This is something that 10 years ago we didn't need to take. Now we do, because soil is so depleted of magnesium. 80% of people in Western culture have a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is responsible for 300 plus processes in our body, and it's literally like a miracle supplement. I can fix everything with magnesium. I can fix constipation. I can fix restless leg syndrome. I can fix headaches. Like, we're all just deficient in magnesium. So magnesium is one of those things that you want to have. There's a bunch of different forms of magnesium, and that we probably won't have time to get into tonight unless you have a specific question on magnesium, and then please unmute and jump in. There's magnesium glycinate, lysate, citrate, oxide. I'm missing one. I'm missing one. Anyway, oxide and citrate are the best for constipation, but they're not very absorbable. Glycinate and lysine are the most absorbable. So depending on your goals and what you're taking, magnesium, and this is a great one to take at night because it's also a muscle relaxant, so it helps with sleep. D3K2. Okay, here's your fun functional medicine fact for the day. Everyone who lives north of the 38th parallel is deficient in D3 between the months of October and May. We literally cannot get enough sun, even if we are outside all day long, to have our D3 levels be sufficient. In the summer, it is possible, unless you work in an office. If you work in an office, you're probably not getting enough sun. So D3 is a huge one. Oh, we got another person adding. So D3 is a huge one that we should probably all be supplementing with in the winter and probably all in the summer, but maybe at a lower level. K2, it's really important to pair your D3 with K2 during the COVID epidemic. We had a bunch of doctors who I love running around saying, take D3 because it is a viral suppressant, which is true, except that D3 without K2 helps calcium get absorbed wherever it is in your bloodstream, which means that calcium gets absorbed into your arteries and causes atherosclerosis, or the hardening of your arteries, which leads to heart attack. Yeah, good face, not good. It's the K2 that directs that D3 and calcium, excuse me, to your bones. And so you have to have D3 and K2 together to make it safe. The only reason you would not want to take K2 is if you have some sort of blood clotting issue or you're on a blood thinner, because it does cause blood clotting, which is a good thing because we need our blood to be able to clot. Otherwise, when we get a paper cut, we bleed out. So broad spectrum, magnesium, D3, K2, and then the third one is omega-3s. We don't get omega-3s. In order to get enough omega-3s, I wrote this down because I can never remember it. In your diet, you have to have a minimum of 3 servings of good fatty wild caught fish, 3 avocados, 20 walnuts, and 20 grams of flaxseed every single week. That will hit your omega-3. So it's absolutely possible to get omega-3s from your diet. If you are eating this way, you can totally get omega-3s. I'm a nutritionist and I love fish and I'm not eating it 3 times a week. So I'm also probably not eating 3 avocados 3 times a week. I'm definitely not hitting my flaxseed. So omega-3s, they're crucial for brain function, crucial for joint function, everything else. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick and answer these questions. Which magnesium is best for sleep, or if it's just magnesium in general? Great question. Magnesium glycinate is the one that's best for sleep. In our formulary, which is Zymogen, that's the OptiMag 125. That one is fantastic. Magnesium citrate is also not bad for sleep, and you'll see that in brands like Calm and stuff like that. Missy, I ordered the magnesium and it says take 1 to 2 pills twice a day. So what does that mean? Okay, so here's another great thing to know for the back of supplements. When you read the back of supplements, what they tell you to take and when they tell you to take it is based on the FDA, which doesn't regulate supplements. So it's a great guide and it's a good starting point, but it's not the most helpful starting point. Magnesium specifically is super hard to overdose on. If you overdose on magnesium, it's just going to give you loose stools. And then, oh, okay, I took a little bit too much and you can back off. Super easy. It's not going to give you any toxicity levels. So you can very likely take more than 1 to 2. You can take it in the morning. I like to take it at night because it's a muscle relaxant, so it helps with sleep. But with magnesium, it's you don't need food to absorb it. You don't need fat to absorb it. So you can take it any time of day. So Missy, I would take 2 capsules in the evening, an hour before bed, would be my guess. What magnesium do you recommend? I recommend the OptiMag 125 from Zymogen. I have it. This is the one that I take. And it is, I'm just going to confirm, malate. That's the one that I couldn't remember. So this is magnesium malate, magnesium lysate, and magnesium glycinate. So it's all 3 of them. And that's the one that I take. That's the one that I recommend. The only time I recommend our citrate is for constipation. So how do you know what to take? These are kind of the 4 things that you should be taking every day because we're just not getting it. Now we're going to get into some of these things, immediate nutritional rebalancing and specific targeted supplements, which is really where we're going to start doing workshopping. Immediate nutritional rebalancing are things like you're dealing with chronic exhaustion and we don't have enough vitamin B, and we can get you to a sufficient level of vitamin B with food. It's just going to take a really long time, or we can get you feeling better in a couple days with some supplementation, and then we can match that with food, and you can kind of taper off those supplements and you don't need them for the rest of your life. That's the goal with immediate nutritional rebalancing. Specific targeted supplement needs, these are things like, so I deal with adrenal fatigue from 6 years of pretty gnarly abuse. It's just something that is now part of my life. And so I take 2 really specific things that I will probably take for the rest of my life, because that's something that my body deals with specifically. It's not something everybody's body deals with. So I take these, and then I take a couple things down here. And then I know that I'm prone to some gut issues. So about once a year, I'll do just like a quick gut healing protocol, and I'll take 2 to 3 supplements to help improve my gut lining. But for the most part, this is what I'm focusing on. Does that differentiation between those 3 categories kind of make sense to you? Do you guys have any questions before I move on from that? I'm going to pull something up for you while I wait. Find Havin. Okay. In general, what dosage of vitamin D is normally good, and can you take too much or too much of the vitamin K that it comes with? Great question. When vitamin D is paired with vitamin K, the vitamin K is usually pretty low. So you're not going to end up in a spot where you're taking too much vitamin K. Vitamin D is possible to overdose on. It is really, really hard. The only studies that we found that have people overdosing on vitamin D, sorry, I might have misspoke. Vitamin D is really hard to overdose on, are when people are taking like 30,000 IUs, which is international units of vitamin D for a prolonged period of time. It can build up to a toxicity. But if you're taking, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 every single day, especially in the winter, you're going to be completely fine. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Thank you. How do the drops differ from the pills? I accidentally purchased the drops of D3K2. The drops are actually better. D3K2 it's a liposomal form, which means it's fat soluble. And so when they put D3K2 in that oil, you're getting the oil that you need to absorb it, which is perfect. Good question. My husband uses the drops. Yep. I use the capsules because the drops gross me out. And so I just make sure that I take it with kind of a fatty food. Like I make sure I'm eating avocado for breakfast or something like that. But the drops eliminate that, and it's just easy to take. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again and give you guys an amazing resource. So this resource, mytavin.com, it's completely free. And this, if you are on some kind of prescription medication, this is a fantastic resource to come in and check and see, is there anything that is in that specific supplementation category that I need to be on? So, a really high flyer is metformin. A lot of people are on that. So if we go metformin and we see find deficiencies, and this is created by doctors. Okay, if you're on metformin, that means metformin is depleting your body of folic acid and vitamin B12, which means if I'm on that prescription drug, I need to be doing additional supplementation because my body is depleting me of this. This is a fantastic website to play around with, especially if you are on a prescription drug. Or if you were on a prescription drug in the past, a lot of people will have been on something and then get off of it, but it depleted their body and we never get them back up. So that's where we would jump into that immediate nutritional rebalancing. And we would say, okay, you're not on metformin anymore, but your body is significantly depleted in this. So let's do 2 or 3 months where we're very intentionally building this back up. And then we'll taper you off that and use food. Does that make sense? Any questions on that before I move on? That's one of my favorite websites. I love that thing. Okay, so couple more little teaching things, and then we're going to get into the fun part, and we're going to actually start searching some of your guys' supplements. I keep stopping sharing my screen. Let me see if I can just do this. Here we go. Okay, so this is one of my favorite pictures. I love to show people this because it's really empowering. An apple versus a multivitamin. So this is an apple. The whole myth, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, is not actually a myth. This is a list, and it's so tiny, it's kind of blurry, but this is a list of all of the vitamins and minerals and micronutrients that are in an apple. one apple. And then this is the back of your multivitamin, right? Like the best multivitamins, here's a really good multivitamin, has, 2 columns of things that it has in it. You cannot beat this. You guys, you cannot beat an apple. And now we think about an apple plus a carrot plus some broccoli plus a mango. And there's no way that anyone can ever fit this on a label. So this is just one of my favorite pictures to show, like, get it from food, eat colorful food. It's better than a multivitamin. And then use that multivitamin to bridge the gap. Super helpful. I just lost the chat somehow. I know, right? This is one of my favorite things to show. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to touch real quick on multivitamins because that's a question that I get asked a lot. And then we are going to go into the next piece. So multivitamins, when I say multivitamins, I'm talking about a broad spectrum nutrient. Juice Plus is our favorite because it is literally juiced, dehydrated vegetables. So it is 100% this, and it has 35 of these in there. It's our absolute favorite. It has all of the certifications that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. They've been around for over 50 years. I was going to say over 100, but I think it's over 50. And they have 49 research studies done on their direct product, which is one of the things that we look for. That's one of our favorites. Our next favorite is this brand, Mother Earth Labs. They're doctor-owned, doctor formulated, same thing, have all of our certifications. And because they're in a liquid form, they're 100% bioavailable. So Sharon, what you were saying before, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. That you just switched and now your pee is not bright yellow. If you're taking something and your pee is bright yellow, it's a great indication that your body's not absorbing that. So that's why we love this. It's bioavailable. And then our third runner-up is the Zymogen Active Nutrients. Same thing, super high quality, all bioavailable. So when it comes to multivitamins, those are kind of our 3 top favorites. We can talk about those later. We can also, if you have a multivitamin in your cabinet, let's see if it's a good one, because it might be. Just because these are our favorites doesn't mean that there aren't other good ones out there. Here's just like a quick note on what to avoid with multivitamins. Low quality vitamins are at best a waste of money. Like at best case scenario, you're peeing it out and not getting anything from it. Worst case scenario, it's actually damaging your body. There are a lot of low quality supplements that have artificial flavoring, that have coloring in them, that have cellulose, which is just a filler. There's a very well-known supplement brand that you can go Google after this if you would like to, that had all of their St. John's wort recalled about 2 years ago, because it was just cellulose. There was no St. John's wort in it. And that's something that these lower grade supplement companies will do a lot. If they didn't get a shipment of something that they needed to put in it, they fill it with cellulose. So best case, it's doing nothing. Worst case, it's damaging your body. And so I put this in here. It's better to have no supplements at all than to have cheap ones that are low quality. Like I truly would rather you just get what you can from food than buy something that's low quality. And we will get to how do you know if it's high quality or low quality here in just a second. And then this is just like a live nourished mindset nugget. A lot of people come to us who, excuse me, sort of exchange the allopathic, like here's a prescription drug for your symptom for a supplement. Like, okay, now instead of using a prescription drug, we're just going to give you a supplement. And that's not what we believe at Live Nourished. What we believe at Live Nourished is, yes, Missy, I can recommend a collagen supplement. Excuse me. I ate ice cream tonight and apparently my throat doesn't love that. What was I saying? Oh, what we would encourage you to do is when you're taking a supplement, it's you partnering with what's right with your body, not trying to fix what's wrong. You taking supplements is you giving your body the building blocks that it needs to do what it is naturally and God created to do. And so you taking a supplement is you partnering with what's right, not trying to fix what's wrong. So I just like to throw that in there. Gonna go eat an apple. Yeah, you are. Can something be bioavailable, but your body still isn't absorbing it because of a different issue, anything like that? Absolutely. So people who have celiac disease are typically really low in B12 because when that cilia lays down, that's where all of that B12 gets absorbed. So it's really hard to get that. If you're dealing with gut permeability, it's really hard to absorb it. There are a couple other conditions that can make it hard for you to absorb supplements. So So yes, that is definitely a thing. And that's where we want to get your underlying well-being right so that your supplements can actually do what you want. Missy, good collagen supplement. And do you recommend collagen? I love collagen. I would put collagen in kind of that optional category. Collagen is great for skin health, great for hair health, great for joint health. Something that they don't talk about very often with the supplements is that there's 3 different types of collagen. There's collagen 1, 2, and 3. Type 1 and 3 are great for skin and nails. It's type 2 that's good for joints. And most collagen supplements don't differentiate that. The one that I really like is called Vital. Hold on, I have this pulled up so that I could do this. Nope, right here. Hold on. It's blue, I think it's called Vital Proteins. Great brand, bioavailable. They specify which type of collagen it is, and they have a medical grade one that's lab studied and tested. I can literally picture the bottle, and I can't. There we go. Yeah, Vital Proteins. That's the one we recommend. And just like members, that's the difference between what you get if you buy it at the store versus what you order from us. So keep that in mind. That's one of the perks of your membership. Anything you order through our catalog, we're just passing along the discounts to you guys. Sharon, my body doesn't absorb B12 well. I'm taking a sublingual supplement. Perfect. By Solgar. I don't know that brand, but that's okay. Is there something better? Sublingual B12 is fantastic. If your body's not absorbing it, that's when we'd probably want to go look at a gut healing protocol, or like, why is your body not absorbing it? But sublingual is a really good way to do it because it goes straight into your bloodstream and kind of avoids that digestive tract. Okay, so let's talk about how we determine what is a good high quality supplement, and then we'll go play with some of our supplements. So the supplement industry is completely unregulated. The FDA has approved or disproved, I guess, approved or not approved supplement types. Like turmeric is approved by the FDA, but where that turmeric is sourced from, how that turmeric is processed is completely different from source to source. One of the reasons that we really like Zymogen is because Zymogen will turn away sourcing their raw supplements if it's not 95% pure. But then what that supplement company does, that producer, is they take that Zymogen just rejected and they send it to another supplement company, and that supplement company is just fine putting it in there. So these are what we look for when we're looking for high quality supplements. The first one is we want to know that it's third-party certified. And here's why that's so important. Third-party certification does 2 things. The first thing it does is it tells you that what they actually say is in that supplement is in that supplement. Back to the story about the St. John's wort. They didn't have St. John's wort. They needed to put out a batch, so they just put cellulose in it. So those people who were buying that were getting 0% of the supplement that they thought. So that's the first thing. All 4 of these, IFOS is a little different, certify that what the supplements company says is in it is in it. And then the second thing they do is they certify that it's completely free from toxins. This is super important because supplements are a concentrated form of something. And so if that concentrated form of something has herbicides, pesticides, mold, bacteria, radiation, or herbicides, pesticides, mold, bacteria, radiation, or heavy metals in it, you're now getting a concentrated form of that toxin. Instead of just kind of getting it in your rice or your vegetables, you're now getting that in a concentrated form. And so this, the NSF, the USP, the TGA, and consumer labs are all double certification third-party certifiers. So they say what is in the supplement is in it, and what is not supposed to be in the supplement is not. I put IFOS in here. IFOS is the certification for fish oil. That one's super important. I forget who it was. I'll have to look it up. There's a university who did a study on fish oil about 6 years ago and found that over 80% of the fish oil that was on shelves to be sold was rancid, even though it was in their expiration date. Yeah. And so IFOS certifies that process to make sure that start to finish, it's free of heavy metals and good stuff. So when you are looking at a supplement, if you don't see one of those certifications on the back of it, I personally would toss it, because it goes back to what we said above. A bad supplement is either doing nothing for you or it's damaging your body. And for me, the risk that it's damaging my body is just not worth whatever $15 I paid for that bottle. So if you have something in your cabinet that doesn't have one of these on the back, I would toss it. I had a funny conversation with a client a couple of days ago. We were going back and forth on a supplement that she was considering, and she sent me a picture of it. And on the back, I think I actually have it for you guys. On the back, it says in tiny print, it says third-party certified. But it doesn't say by who or where or what date. All of these will have timestamps under them too. Like when was the last batch that was third party certified? This just said third party certified. We did some research on it. It's not a great supplement brand. I would not recommend it, but I was just chuckling to myself because supplements are so unregulated that you could literally, like if my grandma, she's a third party, so if she took it and didn't die, like you can put third party certified on the back of the bottle and people, there's no law against that. So just a warning against marketing. So these are the main ones that we look for. I should also put the GMP stamp on here. GMP is a newer one that I need to update this. So GMP is also a good one. And then the next one is non-GMO or organic. If you see this certification on it, NSF, that's actually better than organic because the NSF will flag something if it pops up with even 0.01 marking of an herbicide or pesticide. USDA organic actually only has to be 70% organic to be called organic. So this is better than this, but at the very least, you do want to see one of these if you're not seeing one of these. So again, when you're putting a supplement in your body, you're putting in something that is concentrated. And if it has a concentrated herbicide or pesticide in it, you're getting 10 times the herbicide or pesticide that if you just ate broccoli. My supplement is KOF-K certified. Ooh, I don't know that one. Okay, so this is where we get to do workshop. Let's look it up. So KOF-K supplement certification. Okay, so that's kosher certification. So for me, that means that they're following some reasonable quality standards, but that doesn't tell me anything about the things that I'm really afraid of, which are herbicides, pesticides, mold, bacteria. So that's good, but I would still point you towards these first. Yeah, I would want to see that and one of these. Okay, last little piece, you want to look for whole food or real food supplements. Back to the yellow pea. If you're getting yellow pea, it's because it's a synthetic lab-made supplement. So we can mimic vitamin B, we can mimic vitamin D, we can mimic vitamin K, we can create all of those in a lab. The bummer is your body just doesn't recognize them as supplements. Like I can make the same chemical structure, but your body doesn't recognize it. Your body recognizes food. So the last thing we want to look for when we're looking for a supplement is it a whole food supplement? Okay. I am going to focus on this. Okay. So the last piece is know who owns your supplement company. This is why Mother Earth Labs and Zymogen are so big for us because they're independently owned. This is one of my favorite ones. So this document is in your portal, but I think this one is hilarious. So Renew Life used to be a pretty high quality brand for microbiome renewal, really good for gut health, really good for repopulating your gut. About 8 years ago, it got bought by Clorox, which I just think is hilarious because Clorox is partly what is destroying our microbiomes, and it owns a microbiome company. I don't trust Clorox with anything other than killing viruses. I absolutely don't trust it with my health and well-being. I think this one is super interesting. If you guys don't know Amway, it's like a major multi-network marketing. They've gotten in trouble multiple times for being an actual pyramid scheme, which is completely illegal, but they own Metagenics and they own Herbalife. Those are two that I would stay away from at all possible costs because this is not a trustworthy company that has your best interests at heart. That's something you want to think about when you're buying supplements is, does the company have my best interests at heart, or are they trying to hit their bottom line? Okay, I said we're done with teaching, but that was kind of a total lie. The other two things that I really encourage you to avoid are advertising. If you see a supplement advertised on TV or on Instagram, that means that they are spending money they should be spending on sourcing quality ingredients on advertising. If you see a supplement advertised, that's a great indicator to go through the process that we're about to go through. So are you guys ready to kind of go through that process and see how I look for high quality supplements? Cool. Okay, so these are a couple that clients have actually shared with me. Can you guys see this document? Okay, so these are a couple that clients have actually shared with me recently. And so I figured these are great ones to go. See, these are literally like pictures people are texting me. So we're going to go through 3 categories. The first one is stuff that your body actually needs. So this person is taking Nature's Bounty, zinc, and fish oil. So the first question I ask myself is this something that your body actually needs? Well, probably. Fish oil falls into that omega-3. That's one of those 4 things that you need every day. And zinc is a fantastic thing to have on hand for if you're going to get sick. So step number 1, check, we need these supplements. Step number 2, we're going to go look up this brand. So when I look up a brand, I usually go to Google first and I try to type in something kind of neutral. Like I'll type in quality standards of Nature's Bounty. And now what I'm going to get is I'm going to get a bunch of bloggers saying it's great. I'm going to get a bunch of people who have affiliate links with Nature's Bounty. I'm going to get Nature's Bounty themselves. I'm going to go looking for a third party first. Is Nature's Bounty GMP certified? Ooh, interesting. Okay, that's one of the qualities that I look for. Okay. As a part of our quality commitment, Nature Bounty uses only ingredients from suppliers that meet stringent quality, as well as uses GMP. So this tells me that I'm going to dive a little bit deeper. If they're using suppliers that follow GMP, but they're not GMP certified themselves, that's a red flag for me, because you want the actual company to be GMP certified. So that's something that I'm going to kind of put in the back of my head and go, okay, let's see. Is NSF and GMP the same? The answer is no, it's not. NSF is a way better option than GMP, but GMP is reasonable. And then I'm just going to kind of scroll down and see, okay, interesting. I see that it's sold on Amazon. I would encourage you to avoid stuff sold on Amazon. Let's see what else we find. I see a bunch of ads. I don't love that. I'm not really seeing anything super helpful here. So now I'm going to go to their actual webpage and I'm going to see what they say about it. So I always like to go to the About Us first. And I'm looking at this through the lens of, are you trying to sell me something or are you trying to teach me about my body? What are we doing here and why are we doing it? Hold on. I need to get this guy out of the way. I'm going to close the chat. No, I'm not. I'm going to just do this. Okay, great. Okay, over 50 years. That's encouraging. They've been around for a while. Quality you can count on. That is meaningless to me. I want to know why. So here's where we're maybe going to get our GMP answer. As part of our commitment to Nature Bounty, we only use ingredients from suppliers that meet our stringent quality assurance standards as well as GMP supplement quality standards. Okay, so that didn't answer my question. So I'm going to go now look at the back of a bottle and see if it actually has a GMP stamp on the bottle. Okay, they're giving away to a third party. That's kind of cool. This is all just marketing. I don't care. All products. I don't care. Okay, so that wasn't super helpful. So now I'm going to go find it. Here we go. Heart health. Come on, little buddy. I think I had it pulled up for you guys. Here we go. Okay. Oops. So I've actually got it pulled up. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to see if I can see that stamp on the back of it. Obviously, if you're standing in the grocery store, this is maybe a little bit easier. Okay. I'm not seeing anything super helpful there. Can I click on it and get a different view? No, I can't. Oops. Okay, they sell it on Amazon. I don't love that. We'll go back to that in a second. Description and benefits, nothing helpful there. Trying to see if your guys' faces are hiding this. Ingredients. Anything here? I'm not seeing anything. This is a red flag for me. If you're pregnant or nursing or taking medications or blood thinners, don't take it. When I see that on a supplement, some supplements say it, some supplements don't. For example, one of the reasons we love Juice Plus is because it's safe for pregnant and nursing moms. Just because it's safe for larger humans who are good at processing toxins doesn't mean that it should. So that's a red flag for me. I still haven't seen anything that would be a hard no on this, except that I can't see the back and I can't see if that bottle has a stamp on it. So if I was in the grocery store and I could turn it around and I could actually see that GMP stamp on the bottle, I would probably say it's a reasonable one. At this point, looking at it online, I would say I know there are better options, and so I wouldn't buy it. That's kind of how I go through this process. Does that make sense for you guys? Okay, so let's do 2 more. And then I would love to do this with the supplements that you guys have in your closet, or with something that you've seen. So here's the next one that we're going to do. Okay, so this one, I had a friend who said that they received this as a gift. And so they're working on lowering their cholesterol. And she said, is this a good one? So I said, okay, cool. Let's take a look. So red yeast rice and glucagon cholesterol compound. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go, is that actually going to be helpful? Like it says it lowers cholesterol. Does it actually lower cholesterol? I'm going to go look at that active ingredient first. And just to save us some time, I've already done that for us. But I already did it for glucerol. Did I not copy those? Oh man, I'm a goofball. Okay, so we're going to do it for red yeast rice. Here's what I ended up finding from red yeast rice. So I'm going to Google a neutral question. Does red yeast rice help lower cholesterol? We're going to see what it says. First thing that pops up, red yeast rice is capable of lowering cholesterol levels and total cholesterol levels. While the supplement is generally considered safe, it might carry some potential side effects. As statin drugs, red yeast rice might cause low statin. Okay, trust Mayo Clinic. I'm going to go dig a little bit deeper into that one. I love this. And anything that's nih.gov, that's a PubMed study. So we're going to open that one and take a quick look at that one. Healthline is a fantastic resource. They are always research backed and they summarize it in ways that make a lot of sense. And then Harvard University. I always like them. Okay, so I've got 4 articles. I'm going to go do a quick scan and see if this is something that's even worth looking into further. Okay, so I'm just doing a quick scan. Caution, red yeast rice is capable, but it might have the same effects as statin drugs. We don't like statin drugs, so I don't like that. Okay, there are some potential side effects. That's interesting. It has a lot of interactions. So that concerns me. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's the wrong thing. Things that work do have interactions, but I'm just going to kind of put that in my back pocket. And that's really all I've got from that article. So, could be helpful, but jury's still out. So now I'm going to go to the next one. What is red yeast rice? I'm just going to skim that. Depending on the yeast strain used and conditions of fermentation, the yeast can enrich the rice, which substances known as monocline, including monocline K, is structurally identical, to the medicine lovastatin. Super interesting. So can lovastatin reduce cholesterol? Absolutely, which means this chemical can absolutely reduce cholesterol. So this is telling me, for someone who's dealing with high cholesterol, this might be helpful. But let's keep going. I think this is the one where I found this in. So yes, it is. So because I've already done this, I'm going to fast forward us through a little bit. I'm just reading through this article and here's what I land on. According to the FDA, red yeast rice products have the enhanced or added lovastatin, which is structurally identical to monocline K, cannot be marketed as a dietary supplement in the United States. This regulation is based on the FDA's approval of lovastatin as a new drug before it was ever marketed. On several occasions, the FDA sent warning letters to companies selling red yeast rice products that had enhanced or added lovastatin, telling companies to correct their variations. So I did a little bit deeper dive on this one. I'm gonna spare you that. for this client, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So what I found out is the red yeast rice that's sold in the United States. So this supplement that this person was given has had, or has been fermented in a way that does not create this thing, which means it's a supplement that is, yeah, good face, that is missing the active ingredient that actually does what it says it's going to do. So you guys tell me, should I go spend money on this? Nope. Unless I bought this from China, and it actually has the active ingredient. If I'm buying this from the US, it's totally worthless. Not because it's not helpful for lowering cholesterol, but because when I did a deeper dive on this, the FDA does not allow red yeast rice that has this chemical, which is the chemical that does anything, to be sold in the United States. So should I go buy this supplement? Absolutely not. So I don't even need to go to the rest of the steps on this because I'm not going to buy red yeast rice made in the United States. And the truth is, I'm probably not going to buy it from China because I don't trust them either. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So next one, we're going to go with the glucerol, and I'm going to spare you some of what I did in that research, but I did the exact same thing. Like, does glucerol help lower cholesterol? I went down the rabbit hole. I found 4 articles that I can really trust from resources that I really trust. And what I ended up finding was, yes, this supplement actually really can help lower cholesterol. So if you're dealing with high cholesterol, this is a great option. Then we went the next step. This is a fantastic, supplement and chemical. Is this the bottle that I should be buying it in? And here's the back of that bottle. There's nothing on this that tells me that it's safe. There's not a single third-party certification. I don't even know when it's made. There's no expiration date. There's nothing on this. So I would say, okay, this is a potential option to help me lower my cholesterol. I need to go find it from a source that I trust. Does that make sense? That process? Cool. And that's what I do with every supplement that anyone ever sends me. And then this is the last one that I wanted to do with you guys, because I want you to know that I don't just shut down all supplements people send me. I actually do like some of them. This one, so Gyrodophlus, and I put this one in here too, because it's in the probiotic category. So I have a little note on probiotics here. Probiotics, when you're looking for a probiotic, you want to look for 4 things. You want to look for, does it have numerical strains? So when we do research on probiotics, there are literally billions of them. And in this particular strain, like lactobacillus or acidophilus, any of those, there are hundreds of thousands. So I don't want to just see that it says lactobacillus. I want to know that they know exactly what strain of lactobacillus is in it. So when I'm looking for ingredients, I look for that number. I want to know that they're shelf stable and individually nitrogen sealed capsules. So if you get supplements that are like in a bottle like this, or probiotics, every single time you're opening and closing that container, it's getting air and light, and you're going to end up with a bunch of dead probiotics, which is not helpful. So they need to be all in their own little like individual pop out, like ibuprofen or Benadryl things. They need to be in stomach acid proof capsules. Our stomach acid is designed to kill bacteria so that we don't get sick. That's one of its main functions. So if we have probiotics that are in a capsule that dissolves in our stomach, again, a completely worthless probiotic because our acid's going to kill it. So it needs to be in a stomach acid proof capsule. And then, oops, I need to change that. Consider prebiotics instead. I need to edit that. So these are the 3 things I'm looking for. This client sent me this probiotic and said, is this a good one? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say, okay, well, first let's take a look and see what it is. So I'm just going to click on a random one. We're going to go check it out. So I'm going to go down and I'm first going to see what are the strains that are in it. I see it's non-GMO. That's great. I don't see any other certifications currently. Oh, I do. Consumer Labs. Perfect. That's why I like this one. So this has both. This has Consumer Labs and it's non-GMO. So already I like this supplement. This is good. I'm coming down here. I'm seeing the strain and I'm seeing the number, which means they know exactly which strain is in it. They know exactly what research shows that it does. Probiotics are such a crapshoot, and this is so important. So it's already hit 2 of the 3. And then I happen to know that it comes in individual blister capsules. There you go. Individual blister sealed capsules. So if someone is asking me, is this a good probiotic to take? Yes, it is. It checks all the boxes. So hope that's helpful. And now with our next little bit, so maybe our next 5-10 minutes, if you guys have a supplement that you've seen on Instagram or found online, shout it out and we'll go do a little mini deep dive on it. And then we'll close. I'll kind of tell you what I take and why, and any questions that you have. So throw your questions in the chat or anything that you want to look into. Bloom greens. Okay, just the fact that it's on TikTok, I'm probably going to veto that. Bloom greens are all over TikTok and Instagram. So many influencers do ads for it. I'd be interested in that one. All right, let's do a deep dive. So we're going to go look at Bloom greens. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at their website. So the fact that it's on TikTok, I already don't like it, but it might be okay. We're not going to rule it out yet. Okay, Bloom greens, cool. So super greenwashed. I look at this and I go, ooh, that's marketing. Like that's someone who's trying to sell me something. I go to best supplements. They're trying to sell me something, accessories, gummies, vitamins, fish oil, wellness. So far I see nothing on their website that is helping me make a decision. Go down here, store locator, students and teachers, contact us, create an account, join an email list. Nope. Okay, so immediately, without doing anything else, there's literally nothing telling me anything about what they're doing. They're telling me that I can save money if I subscribe. So they're marketing to me. Let's just pick, let's see here. Okay, great. So this is the back. I like that it's real food, but I come over here and I see that it's not organic, which means that when they dehydrate that and encapsulate it, whatever pesticides and herbicides were on that, you aren't seeing the screen? Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys, I've been looking at this whole thing and just talking at you. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me rewind real quick. So I went to their website. I'm seeing across the top, there is nothing that gives me any information about them. I don't know anything about this company. I don't know where they're sourcing their ingredients from. I don't know how they're processing it, nothing. I went down to the bottom to see if they have anything down here, nothing down here. And then I went and clicked on this actual option. So I can save money. I can subscribe. This company just wants my money. I clicked on this. I said, okay, what does this look like? Well, I like that it's all real food. That's great. I like that they're saying that it's organic. But remember, to be organic, you only have to have 70% organic. And I'm seeing that they're saying chicory root and then organic flaxseed, apple fruit powder. So this, like, they have some organic pieces in this, but it's not organic. And I know that if it's not organic, it's covered in pesticides. Absolutely not. So that's a hard no. Thank you, TikTok. They sell hats. Oh, perfect. Okay. Thorn D3K2. Thorn is a fantastic brand. They're really expensive, but Thorn is a great brand. Let me show you why. Thorn supplements. So Thorn is independently owned. If we go back to this little guy, you will never see Thorn anywhere on here. Independently owned company. They have really high quality standards. Let's see if we can pull this up. So this will be a perfect comparison with the greens one that we just looked at because there was absolutely nothing. So I can come here, I can say, okay, let's see, how can I find something out about them? Daily 5 help. I don't love any of those. I'm going to come down here. Learn. NSF certified supplements. Boom. I can go there. I can say, okay, if they're NSF certified, I would honestly just stop there. Like, that's a brilliant brand. That's fantastic. So they're talking here. So here are their NSF certified supplements. If it's NSF certified, it's great. So yeah, Thorn is a really high quality creator. NSF sport certified, that's even better. So yeah, Thorn is a fantastic one. Okay, Angie, you're so welcome. Des Bio supplements. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. Let's go look them up. And then this will be our last one, and we'll wrap it up after this one. Des Bio. And you guys, this is the thing. Like, there are so many supplement brands out there that you could spend your entire life researching supplements, which is why we wanted to do this workshop and help you guys make some decisions. I've taken Thorne for years and love it. They do sell Thorne on Amazon. See, I don't love that. We'll hit that real quick, why you should never buy a supplement on Amazon, literally ever. Just because they sell it on Amazon doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means you want to buy it directly from them. Okay. So far on Des Bio, I'm not seeing anything that's interesting. I see that they're marketing to us on socials. Not super in love with that. Events, login, apply now. Welcome to Des Bio. Join other practitioners in our unique approach to alternative medicine and healthcare. Okay, so here's what I don't love about this. They're locking it, kind of like Zymogen is, which is good, but they're not giving me any info. Like as a practitioner, I would probably not go down this road because I don't know anything about it. So I don't even know if I can answer that one. They might be good, they might not. I can't get into it, and they're not providing any info. So I would say no for now, but that doesn't mean that they're not good. Okay, last piece, because we keep hitting this Amazon thing, where to shop for supplements. So shop for supplements in a health food store where you can pick up the bottle and look at the back of it and see if it has the markings that you want. Buy directly from the brand's website. So something like Thorne, if you're buying it directly from their website, they are controlling that supplement door to door, versus if you're buying it on Amazon, it's sitting in a hot temperature or untemperature controlled warehouse. You don't know for how long, no bueno. So buy it off the brand's website. Thrive Market is a great option. Zymogen and Whole Scripts are great options. Where not to shop. I love Costco. If Costco was an MLM, I would be a millionaire. I have yet to find a supplement that hits any of our standards from Costco. So don't buy supplements at Costco. Supplements are also like food. They go bad. So supplements or Costco size supplements are not always great. Same thing with Kroger, Target, Walmart, Safeway. I have yet to find a supplement I like in one of those stores. And then this is the huge thing with Amazon and eBay. Amazon has zero regulations on how products are stored, just like food supplements go bad. So they can be seriously harmful if they're not kept at a steady temperature and away from moisture and light. And in those Amazon warehouses, we have no idea. The best supplement companies actually have agents who go buy their supplements back from Amazon and then track down the reseller. And then Amazon is also notorious for fake products, companies that are mimicking really high quality products. So for example, Thorne, great product. I would buy it directly from Thorne or from your practitioner, not from Amazon. And then that's really all I have for you. I'm going to share with you what I take, just because I think it's helpful to have a real life example. So every single day, I take Juice Plus. That's my Bridge the Gap. So I'm getting everything that I need, all of my micronutrients. I take magnesium at night. I take Monopure. This is their omega-3. And then I take vitamin D3, K2. That's it. That's my whole supplement cabinet. And then when I'm struggling with adrenal fatigue, which I feel kind of a weird thing in my like thyroid and adrenal glands, and I get super tired and I get super brain foggy. So when I deal with that, this is something that is available on Zymogen. It's magnesium and potassium, and I just put that in my water. That helps me get back to normal. And then I take Mother Earth Labs in addition, because it has a couple of adaptogens in it that help with my adrenal fatigue, but I don't take this every day. I take this as needed. And that's it. That's my supplement cabinet. And that's what I would hope your supplement cabinet looks like. Simple, clean, targeted. And yeah, that's our supplement thing. So my hope is that you guys feel a little bit more empowered to know, what to put in your body, how to determine if it's something that you want. And then I'll stay on for 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute. Thank you. So helpful. You're so welcome, Missy. I'm so passionate about this, you guys, because we have clients who come to us literally all the time with like major supplement issues. Like they have so many supplements that their body doesn't have any idea what to do with them or how to use them, or they're all low quality and so they're doing horrible things, or I mean, it's just a mess. The supplement industry is a messy industry. So, I hope this is really helpful for you guys. I hope it puts some power back in your hands so that you feel like you're a little bit more in charge of your health and your well-being, and you know what is good for your body. So do you guys have any questions before we bounce out and head into our evenings? Yep. Anna just put the link to that guide. So if you want to go do like a deep dive on everything we talked about, everything is in that guide. Go read it. Some great bedtime reading. Is probably super boring and will immediately put you to sleep. But Anna will also attach that to the recording, which she'll send out tomorrow. Any questions that I can help you guys with? Do you know anything about Plexus supplements? Yes, I hate them. Let me tell you why. So Plexus, Plexus is one of those supplements. Tell us how you really feel. Here's why I don't like Plexus. The way that Plexus has designed their company is in a way that you need a lot of things. And I think the average spend on Plexus is something like $400 a month, which I hate. Like you should just not have to do that. So that's one reason I don't like them. Another reason I don't like them is, at least the last time I checked, which I'm going to check right now, they have no certifications. They say that they're studied, and they say that they have history and leadership, Plexus in the news. Let's look at our guarantee. They have 0 third-party certifications. And these are the like bougie, kitschy supplements that none of the ingredients in them are research backed. Okay, so about us, so you can get your money back if you don't like it. Okay, that's not super helpful. About us, oh my gosh, got it. History and leadership. They have no third-party certifications. They have a ton of testimonials, but testimonials are pretty meaningless to me. There's a company called, oh no, they sell collagen. I'm going to forget their name. They sell collagen. They're super famous for selling collagen. If you actually do some history on that company, and say what?
Or
yes.
I see all kinds of health people doing that. I've just wondered about it.
It's terrifying. So Modere, if you go back and look at it, they were a company that shut down 10 years ago. They were shut down by the FDA because they were putting chemicals in their collagen that helped people lose weight. So people were having amazing results, but because they were putting something in it that wasn't listed on the ingredients and that was toxic and forcing people to lose weight, that company got shut down by the FDA, changed a couple of things. Yeah. And then reopened as Modere. They've made no changes to their formula. They're the same company. Like I would run as far from that as I can get. And I don't know why this isn't opening. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Frequently asked questions. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, on Plexus, they have a ton of, their website isn't working, or maybe it's my computer. I don't know. They have a ton of testimonials. They have 0 research. They have 0 third-party certifications. And they're just really gimmicky. So they're really gimmicky and they're really expensive. Everyone I've talked to who's on Modere, I think I have to accept their cookies. Oh, your guys' beautiful faces were blocking that. Okay, let's try it again. FAQs. Nope. Kristen, I can do a little deeper dive on that and get back to you, but that's my short answer, is they're one of my least favorite companies. And I can be wrong. Like I'm not the end all be all expert on everything, but I have seen a lot and I've done a lot of research, and I hope it's helpful. So anyway, any other questions that I can answer for you guys before I go? Cool.
Quick question about the drop, actually, because the drop like amount is like way different than like the pills. So like the drops, like a serving size is 500 units, and then like the pills, it's like 5,000 units. So like, do you just take like 10 drops or something?
Exactly. Yep. 5,000 to 10,000 IUs is a great place to start in the winter for D3. So yeah, for the drops, you just do more. And for the drops, I even tell people to like put it on their salad if the taste is gross. But yeah, exactly. Cool. What are 3 places to get supplements you recommend? Great question, Ashley. I recommend that people get supplements from, where is it? Health food stores, directly from the brand's website, Thrive Market, or Zymogen. Those are my top places. Health food stores can be a really fun adventure, but you're going to have to look at a lot of bottles to find those labels. They are there and they exist. So yeah, that's where I would send you guys, just not Amazon. Don't go to Amazon. If you want to order something online, pick one of these 3 options. Cool. Okay, you guys, Zymogen is linked. Yes, Zymogen is linked in your membership portal. You guys get 20% off of that. We're just passing on our cost, or not our cost. We're just passing on the discount that we get to you guys, because we're not a supplement company and I'm not interested in making money off of supplements. Thrive Market, health food stores, natural grocers, direct sources. Absolutely. Yay. Kristen, if you want to shoot me an email and remind me to do a deeper dive on plexus, I haven't done a dive on that in about 5 years. So my answer might be out of date and my website wasn't working. So I would be happy to do a deeper dive on that if you'd like me to. I just need you to remind me because I'm going to go hang out with my husband now. But I love you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for spending your Thursday evening with us. It is such a joy. Anna, our next workshop is
March 16th.
March 16th. My husband is so handsome. I agree. And it is
at 7 p.m. and we're going to be talking about how to clean out toxins from your household.
Yes. How to clean out toxins from your
tomorrow.
household. Yep. Cool. So you'll get that link sent out tomorrow as well. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, like if this stirred something up and you're like, oh, I just don't understand this, or this is confusing, email me or book a call with your coach and we will do an even deeper dive into all of it with you so that you guys feel even more empowered and even more targeted in that. So thank you guys for spending your Thursday evening with us. I hope you have a glorious night. I hope you feel a little bit more equipped for your wellness journey, and have a good night, you guys. Bye all.